Welcome to TTL Media, Tim's Take Live. I am not Vin Rames.
What now?
What now? I'm going to tell you what now. I'm going to call a couple of hard pipe-hitting ninjas so they can go to work on the homes here with a pair of pliers and a blowtorch. You hear me talking, hillbilly boy? I ain't through with you by a far sight. I'm going to get medieval on your ass. I got in the character, didn't I? All right, I'm Tim Black. I'm your host. You know, with all the latest talk about Michael Sam's the first openly gay player in the NFL, we seem to forget one of the most notorious NFL players out there that's ever played football. His name, Aaron Hernandez. Now, Aaron Hernandez has just been indicted on 2 more counts of first-degree murder in a separate case. Now, we all knew about the Lloyd Oden situation. For those who have not been paying attention to this story, let me add it to you like this. It's pretty damning evidence that they have on this guy. That's right. Pretty damning evidence that he killed Oden Lloyd, lured him to his death, text messages saying to friends, come to Massachusetts. You can't trust anybody nowadays. And then Oden Lloyd's text messages to his sister saying, you saw who I left with, right? NFL. Just want to make sure you know. And he's never texted again. All right, so it's pretty damning evidence. And right now, the cops are looking for even more evidence in relates to that case. But he's already been charged with murder in the first degree in the Oden Lloyd case. Well, today, prosecutors just charged Aaron Hernandez with 2 more murders. The murders of, let me make sure I get these names right. Got to make sure we get the victims' names right. Daniel De Abreu and Safiro Furtado. They got pretty good evidence on this one as well. It appears that this was a drive-by shooting, the killing of these two men. And at the scene was, once again, Aaron Hernandez. They got Aaron Hernandez's truck, his silver truck, SUV. They got it there. We got witnesses that saw it drive up alongside the BMW. They've got pictures of surveillance footage of Aaron Hernandez being at the club where these men were. They got the pictures of Aaron Hernandez circling the club waiting for the men to leave. All this is in videotape. All this information. And it appears that a total, a chest shot and a head shot were delivered to these 2 men, causing their death by Aaron Hernandez and an unknown accomplice. But my thing is this, okay, so we know that Aaron Hernandez is a bad customer. We know that Aaron Hernandez is more than likely a murderer. They're even going so far as to say the reason why he may have killed, the reason for the killing of Oden Lloyd had to do with the killings in 2012 of Mr. Abreu and Furtado. And it's just kind of wild that we sit here and we want to talk a lot about Michael Sam. And look, I want to say for the record, I didn't see the second tape until recently. You know, the tape Michael Sam puts the cake in his boyfriend's face and all that. And you know what? That was going too far. If I'd have saw that before, I would have spoke on that. It's one thing to give, it's one thing for that emotional reaction. It seemed a little bit like he was rubbing it in our face. And I don't just say that because Michael Sam is an openly gay man. I'm saying that because I don't really need to see that, even if they were heterosexual. We don't need to see you rubbing cake in each other's face, and you take a bite and I take a bite. What kind of stuff is that? So anyway, I don't agree with that. But still, there are people trying to demonize Michael Sam. No, he's not the worst thing that happened to the NFL. Aaron Hernandez is the worst thing that happens to the NFL in a very long time. I mean, I can't think of another player that killed 3 people, possibly, allegedly. But come on, man, it looks like he pretty much did it. Now, I did this story months ago. It was one of the first stories I did on Tim's Take Live, or TTL Media. One of my first stories. And I said, you know, it's just amazing that a guy with so much going for him is really a killer. Would throw it all the way to kill a guy. Well, now we've tied him to another 2 murders, and you know what? He wasn't a player who happened to kill somebody. He was a killer who happened to play football. Get it right. This guy's bad news all the way around. Bad news. And you know what? People knew Aaron Hernandez was a ghetto-ass hood person, that he was violent. People knew that. Coaches knew it all the way back to his college days, and they took up for him. They covered it up because he was talented. He was gifted athletically. He's been involved in gangs pretty much his whole life, and he never got out. Never got out. All right, so that's how I feel about it. You guys let me know what you feel about it. I think that we need to calm down on the Michael Sam thing. We need to look at this, but nobody wants to talk about Aaron Hernandez. We all want to wipe our hands of this guy. No one wants to admit that you played a season with a killer. But you did. A whole season with a convicted, well, not a convicted, he hasn't been convicted yet, an indicted murderer. He was a tight end, all right. Ended people's life. Bad endings. Gunshot wounds. In fact, Odin Lloyd was executed. Someone stood over him and fired the last 2 shots over him while he laid on the ground on his back. Woo! I'm Tim Black. Let me know what you think before I have to get medieval on your ass. Almost.